Hello everyone. So this is the fourth video of our YouTube video series, which is based on Spring MVC project tutorial. Okay. So in this video, we will discuss about how we can get user data through form and send that data into our database. Okay, which is PostgreSQL. We will using currently in this project. You can use any kind of database if you have any kind of different database. Okay. In previous video, we discussed about how we can load the multiple JSP pages as well as the database connectivity. Okay, so let's start this video. So come to your IDE, and here I want to tell you one thing. If you run your index.js JSP file in server, which is Tomcat, here you can see the CSS and JavaScript file is not loading here because here is a one error in our DAO file. It will showing us here you can see the cannot find the class test.dao.project DAO because we didn't created the DAO file in our project. Okay, because of that it will showing that kind of error because we load the database connectivity code here. And in this code, here you can see this code is present in spring-server.xml file. Okay, here you can see this one file. So here you can see the bin id is equal to DAO, then class equal to test.dao.project DAO. So here you can see this one is our DAO file name. So we have to create the similar name of file as we put it on here. Okay, so if we put here project DAO file. Okay, so we have to must declare the DAO file as a this name project DAO file. Okay, so I am taking as a project DAO file. Simply copy this name from here and come to my DAO package and double click on there, and here I have to create class. That class name as a similar of that spring.server.xml file database connectivity code present. Okay, so click on finish, and in this DAO file we have to create a JDBC template object. Okay, JDBC template, here you can see JDBC template, and we have to create that object as a T1. Why T1? Because in spring-servlet.xml we take as a name T1 and reference equal to JT. So if you give any kind of name, for example T2 or P1, so you have to take that name as it is on DAO file also. If you take as a P1, so you have to take here P1 JDBC template P1. The default code of that database connectivity code has put it T1, so we have to take the similar T1 here, or otherwise you can change it according to the requirement. Okay, but still it is a fine. Then double click, then click on source, and then we have to set the getter setters. Here you can see generate getter and setters, then select all and generate. Why we set getter and setter? Because while data come through our form, it will automatically get and set into that JDBC template object. So that's why we have to put here getter and setter. Similar like that we have to put in our class also while declaring the variables. Okay, then we will checking this is working or not. So simply come to our index.jsp, double click, run as, run on server. Next, then finish. Let's checking it is loading our CSS or not. Okay, it will automatically redirect us to browser. Here you can see now our template is successfully loaded, which means we identify our error and solve it according to our requirement. Okay, then for get data through the form and send into database, we require a form. So in previous video we have already load the two pages, which is login and register, after clicking on login as a company. So here you can see we loaded the login form here, but we need the registration form. So that's why here you can see the button. I have provided the button register here. Okay, so I simply go to the login form. Here you can see the login company or JSP, and 1 minute, and here you can see the register here button. So here the anchor tab, and that anchor tab href is equal to, we have to put our registration form mapping. So that mapping is already present in your company controller. So this is the mapping. So copy this and paste in our that mapping, which is a register here. Okay, then simply refresh this project or refresh our website. Then here you can see the left side bottom register company. Click on register here. Here you can see our form is successfully loaded here, which means now we can do our registration tasks. Okay, so in this video we will not covering the file uploadation tasks. We will cover in upcoming video, but currently we will only discussing how we can get data through form and how we can save into database. So come to our registration form. Where is that? Here you can see registration form, and here you have to do some kind of changes. Okay, temporary changes. So here you can see this is a simple kind of form. This is the ID, this is the action. We can give any kind of action. This is a class. Okay, the two things I have to remember. First thing is an action, and second thing is a method. So method is always a post, and action you can give any kind of action to your form. Just remember that this is an action we have to provide in our controller also. So this controller action, controller mapping, and this one is also same. Then here you can see the enc type multi-part form data. So it is a use for when we upload the file through our form, but in this task we are not covering the file uploading task, so that's why I remove that. Then here you can see the input tag of individual section, for example the personal name, email, phone number, company website, company photo and banner. So we don't need this company photo and banner currently in our tasks. Okay, so I simply comment it. So if you have to comment anything in your JSP, you have to write less than this one, then dash dash. Okay, so this is the comment of that JSP page. So simply cut from here and paste after that div. Here you can see is successfully commented. Then password and confirm password. So here we have to remember that things is that the name attribute of that particular input tag we have to provide as a similar as our variable name. For example, if we taking variable as a company name, so we have to provide here company name. Then we have to take the variable in our beans file as a company email, so we have to provide here company email. Okay, similar like that we have to follow in entire form. Then number is equal to number, website is equal to website, then password is equal to password, and confirm password is equal to, I am changing here C password. Okay, C password. So it is all, everything is okay. So I am just changing the mapping of that action. So I am just taking as a register company. Okay, you can give any kind of mapping here, but I am just giving the register company. Then we have to come to our test.beans package. Here we have to declare the class for a company, then give a name as a company, because we will taking the company data. Click on enter. Okay, so here we have to declare the some kind of variables which already present in our form. Okay, so for example email, name, email, phone number, company websites, password. I just refresh it, so company banner will be removed. Here you can see that it is successfully removed. Just do that step by step. So first thing we have to take here, must remember that the every variable which we are declaring here is must be private. Okay, so private int id, because we will taking here id, because id must be is a unique of every company. Okay, we will need the id in upcoming process when we perform the multiple tasks in our project. Okay, then private string name, then private string email, then private string number, private string website, private string password, then last one private string c password, means confirm password. Okay, password. Okay, this one I'm just checking the 3 and 3, 3 and 3 6. Okay, like 1 2 3 1 2 3. Okay, done. Then after declaring our variables, we have to double click on our class. Then similar like we will be done in our DAO class. So come to the source, then generate getter and setter, select on generate. Here you can see our getter setter successfully generated here. Then come to your controller, and here we have to declare the method or handler of that particular form. You have to remember that whenever we are writing the method for a form, that call as a handling the form. Okay, so that is called as a handler. So we have to write here handler. So for that I am declaring method public string register company data. You can give any kind of name to this method. Then above request mapping, in this request mapping we have to write value, then double comma, then slash, and here we have to paste our registration form action. Okay, so this is the our action, register company. Simply copy from here and then paste here, then comma method, then request method dot post. Okay, here you can see request mapping, then column, then value is equal to, then double comma, then slash, then our action name, and comma, then method is equal to request method dot post. Why post? Because we are putting the data into database, so that's why we are mentioning here post. Okay, so here before mentioning or before considering any kind of method here, we have to create here DAO object. Okay, we have to take the DAO reference here. So we have to write here our DAO file name. So our DAO file name is a project DAO. Here you can see project DAO test.dao, means it is present in test.dao package. Then you can declare any kind of reference, for example PD. I am considering here PD. Then you have to provide the auto wire annotation here. Okay, auto wire, because it will automatically load the dependency injection in our DAO file. So that's why we have to put here auto wire annotation. So through this reference we will declare our method here. Okay, so pd dot register company, and in this we have to pass the model attribute object. So in this register company data bracket we have to mention @model attribute, then column, in this we have to write here c1, then mention our class name, which is our company. Here you can see company. 1 minute. Then we have to write here similar like c1. Okay, then that c1 is pasted here. Okay, so here you can see we will getting the error here. Why? because it will showing us create meta register company in the type of project DAO, which means it will saying us that create that method in a DAO file. Why? Because we created that DAO file object in our controller top side, okay, and we will taking the reference of that DAO file, so that's why it will showing us create that method in DAO file. So simply click on that create method, and here you can see the method is automatically created here, okay. So for here you can see you have to must remember that in test.beans we always declare the class, and in that class we declare the variable. In test.controller we always declare a controller classes, and that controller classes we write the mappings of that particular project, which means if you have to handle the form, if you have to build any kind of logic in our project, you have to provide some kind of uh, information, or you have to show the information through the database, so you have to write that code into controller. And in DAO file we have to compulsory write the SQL queries, okay. So this is the Maven structure where whether everything is separated, okay, the classes, the controller files, the DAO file, everything is separated, so it is easy to understand and it is easy to perform, okay. So in controller we have to write the we have already created the JDBC template object, so through that we have to write a t1, this is the our JDBC template object, t1 dot update, okay. So whenever we posting our data into database we have to write the update, okay. So and whenever we are getting data through database we have to write query here, okay. So we have to create the database in our PostgreSQL, okay. We already created the database, we have to create the table so we can put this data into our database, okay. So it will opening, just wait few seconds and then we start our work, okay. Here we have to compulsory write our query, but before that we have to create table, so we will wait some time. If you don't understand anything in this entire process you can ask me, I will solve your problem, okay. So don't worry, the first time you will perform this you will think that it is very difficult, but trust me, it is a very easy and easy to understand. Once you understand the concept of everything regarding this project you will able to create your own project without any kind of help from anyone, okay. So here you can see our database successfully open, then we have to write here password, our database password, then here you can see this one is our database YouTube project MVC. Then simply click on this object query tool, and I am checking one more time our database name is correct or not. Here you can see YouTube project MVC, okay. Here we have to create the table, so I am just creating table here, create table, focus on query company, then ID, serial. Serial means what? Serial means it will automatically increment a value, okay. So if table created as a 1, okay, so it will automatically created the next table as next row as a 2, okay. So that's why we will declare as a series, it is a auto incrementation, okay. So in XAMPP it is a provide as a auto incrementation, but in PostgreSQL we have to provide here serial, okay. Then primary key, because we have to take this as a unique primary key. Then we have to write here name varchar 100, then email varchar 100, then number varchar 100, then website varchar 100, then password varchar 100, then confirm password with C password varchar 100. Okay, I'm just forget to give the comma. Okay, here you can see name comma, then email comma number, then comma. Okay, then password. Okay, so click on this icon, execute query. Here you can see our table is successfully created. Just refresh our database. Here you can see refresh and come to the schemas, and in these schemas here you can see the tables, and in this table here you can see our table called as a company. Click on double click on there and view and edit data all rows. Here you can see our table is successfully created here. So come to our DAO file, and in this DAO file we have to write the query. Okay, so insert into company. Okay, database name as table name as a company. Okay, same. Then we have to mention here value, because the ID is a auto incrementation, so that's why we have to mention the value as name comma email comma number comma website comma password, then C password means confirm password. Okay, then we have to write here values, because this is the value, and in this value we have to provide data. Then again bracket, insert into company, then bracket, and in this bracket we have to mention the values. Then we have to mention the value word, then again we have to give the double bracket, and in this bracket we have to write the double comma, then single comma, then plus plus, then C1. Okay, 1 minute. Okay, first one is a single comma, then double comma, then plus plus. Okay, my mistake. Then C1, this is our company C1, which is coming from our DAO controller. Here you can see the C1, which is a model attribute object. So in the DAO we have to write here C1 dot get name, because we are putting name at the first. Here you can see name, then similar like that, comma, single comma, double comma, plus plus. Here you can see C1 dot get email. Okay, then comma, single comma, double comma, plus plus, C1 dot get number, then comma, single comma, double comma, plus plus, C1 dot get website, then okay here, okay double okay done. Then single comma, double comma, plus plus. Okay, we have done some kind of mistake here, plus plus plus. Okay, I am writing again that. Okay, wait a second. Okay, single comma, double comma, plus plus, C1 dot get website. Okay, done. Then then comma, single comma, double comma, plus plus, C1 dot get password, then comma, single comma, double comma, plus plus, C1 dot get C password. Okay, so here you can see our query is successfully completed here. Okay, I just remove this extra comma from here. Okay, so our DAO file work is successfully completed or finished. So here you can see again this one, t1 dot update, insert into company, which is company table, then name, email, number, website, password, C password. This is our column name. This is one is our values. Then in that value we are putting the name, then email, then number, website, password, and confirm password. Okay, just like that we are declare the variables here. Okay, just sequence wise. Okay, so come to your controller. Here you can see the error is successfully removed from here, and here we have to write the return where it will return after submitting that form. So I will redirect it on similar kind of page, or I will redirect it on login page. We already have the login page. So after the registration of the user, we will declare redirect it on login page. Okay. So I am just writing for your reference. This is the registration mapping or handler. Okay, this one is our login mapping, and this one is our register page mapping, login page. Okay, so I think the our all tasks is successfully completed right now. So I simply run the index.jsp, then double click on that, run on server, click on Tomcat, next, and finish. Just check it, our data is go to our database or not. If we get any kind of error, we will solve it definitely. Okay, so here you can see all projects is successfully run. Then come to our login as a company, then our login page is open. Then we don't have account, so we register here. Okay, so I simply putting my company name. So for example, I am taking company name as a Infosys Private Limited, email infosys @gmail.com, number 8989898989. Okay, company website https infosys, password is 4545 4545, 8 digits, and 45454545. Click on register. So here you can see it will redirect us our login page. So check our database, our data is come here or not. Just refresh it, and here you can see our data is successfully come here, which means our registration task is successfully completed. Okay, so this is all about today's video. In next video we will discuss about how we can load the file, how we can load the profile photo of that company. Okay, so in this video give the brief uh, introduction of that video, this video. Okay, in this first video, first we declare the DAO file, and the DAO file name similar as this DAO file. Okay, then we declare our class, and in this class we declare all of the variables and set the getter setters. Similar like our class in JDBC, we created the JDBC template object, and in that object we provide the getter and setters. Then we check our registration form, it is right or wrong, the name is similar like our variable name or not. You have to much check that. Okay, then we come to our controller, and here we write one method to handle our form. Here you can see request mapping register company. Then in that method we have to write one more method to put our data into database. For that we have to create the model attribute object and pass that object in our that method. Then we pass that method in our DAO file, and in that DAO file we write a SQL query to put our data through our database, and here our registration task is finished. So similar like that you can perform the registration tasks of freelancer from yourself. Otherwise I will upload that video. Okay, so don't worry, we will upload that video, and in next video we will see the file uploadation process, and that's next video we will discuss about the login concept of that particular project. Okay, so thank you so much for watching this video. If you don't subscribe our channel till now, so you can subscribe here. I will really appreciate you for the subscribing my channel, and I am also providing the GitHub repository of my project, which is already completed. Here you can see, you can watch it, and you can see how which kind of development which we will doing in upcoming video. Okay, so here you can see this is our completed project, and I will also provide the repository of our recent project, which means this all code I will providing in GitHub repository, so you can directly check through my video description. Okay, so thank you so much for watching this video. We will see you in next video. Thank you so much.